Ugh. It's that old man sound again. Hi, everyone. First of all, let me start by saying a huge thank you to each and every one of you. This edition of Moments of Mood is for our milestone of 50,000 subscribers, which, excludes a cliche, is something I only dreamed of when I first began this podcast. It's incredible to think that this started as a simple desire to connect and to learn, to bridge what felt like a solitary, sometimes disconnected experience in photography, and transform it into a gathering place, a platform for voices and visions to merge, and for us to learn things that we wouldn't otherwise be able to through traditional methods and other platforms. In creating this podcast, I wanted to open up the world of photography beyond my own bubble and our own limiting perceptions and awareness of the photography world, and actually society in general, to explore not only the techniques and technical aspects of other artists' work, but the mindsets, struggles, and victories that fuel every artist's journey, to try and get into someone else's head, albeit for a microcosm of a moment. In doing so, I hope to gather together people who might feel that familiar sense of being out there alone, to show that we're really part of a vibrant, living community. As we've grown together, I've found that podcasting isn't just about sharing information. It's about cultivating empathy, expanding our viewpoints, and creating a space for real, thoughtful conversations, ones that might go otherwise unspoken. The slogan for the show is the art of conversation, one frame at a time, for a reason. It's the act of conversing with other humans that must take priority above all else. This is the essence of podcasting, and quite frankly, the solution to much of today's polarization, misunderstanding, and hate. Without meaningful conversation, the human race implodes. It's intimate. It allows us to dive deeply into subjects we might only scratch the surface of elsewhere, to listen more than we speak, and to reach new levels of understanding. And then there are the platforms themselves. You might actually be watching this on YouTube, which, albeit has added an enormous amount of work on the production and post-production side, has given the video version of this podcast such a unique home. YouTube is an incredible medium for blending audio, visual, and community engagement. It's immediate, it's global, and it's real. And I've been so grateful to experience your responses, to hear your thoughts, and to see the ways these episodes actually resonate with you. YouTube has allowed us to be both creators and participants in a shared experience, blurring the line between those telling stories and those receiving them. We must recognize that one of the most important elements in all of this, though, especially for an art form like photography, is the mindset and psychology behind the work we do. Photography, when done with intention, isn't just a technique. It's a deeply personal reflection of how we see and interact with the world. Without that foundation, we're left with something mechanical, something that lacks soul. Mindset, purpose, and the psychology we bring to our work are everything, even if you only care about the technical side of photography. After all, it's your mind that determines what that is you care about, right? How you approach your technical prowess and skill set is all about your attitudes, knowledge, perceptions, decision-making abilities, and so much more. In our mind is where our vision stems from, how we interpret light and shadow, how we choose to frame a scene, and how we respond to what's in front of us. All of these are grounded not only in skill, but in feeling, experience, and sometimes vulnerability. In speaking with all these incredible guests on the podcast, I've been reminded time and time again of the importance of maintaining an open, curious mind. Each story shared, each lesson learned, has shaped this podcast in ways I couldn't have imagined. And this community has helped me become not only a better listener and artist, but I hope a more empathetic person, which I believe is the foundation to my pursuit of becoming a better photographer, and I believe most others too. Looking forward, there's so much more I want to explore and improve, from expanding our roster of guests to refining the production quality and perhaps bringing in new ways to keep this work sustainable. As we consider how to keep this accessible while also covering costs, I'd really love to hear your thoughts. Should we introduce subscription services, take on new sponsors, or look at ways to enhance and expand while staying true to what's brought us here? Your feedback would actually mean so much. And in the meantime, if you enjoy these conversations, please help and like and comment and subscribe. Every engagement you bring helps us reach new listeners, grow this community, and keep pushing forward. My promise to you is to keep bringing more depth, more variety, and more intention to every episode. Thank you for being part of this journey, and here's to the next 50,000. Happy shooting.